Good evening, everyone. My name is JING, and my member is LUCIANO. Today, we will present on overview of user requirements, focusing on their importance and the process and methods involved in gathering them effectively. By the end of this presentation, you will understand what user requirements are, the steps to gather them, and the various methods used to ensure they meet user needs. Let's begin by understanding what user requirements are. User requirements are high-level statements that describe what the system should achieve for its user. These are often written in natural language and may include diagrams to make them clear. User requirements are essential because they serve as a bridge between the users and the developers. They ensure that the final system meets the needs and the expectation of its users. For example, let's compare two statements. A pull requirement might say, the system must allow users to log in. This statement is vague and leaves room for the misinterpretation. On the other hand, a good requirement specific, the system must allow user to log in using their email and password. This statement is precise and clear, leaving no room for the ambiguity. In summary, well-written user requirements are the foundation for building a successful system that fulfills user needs. Next, let's look at the process involved in gathering user requirements. There are four main steps to follow in this process. The first step is requirement discovery. This is where we identify what users need for gathering input from various sources, such as stakeholders, existing documentation, or even observing the user directly. The second step is classification and organization. Once we gather the requirements, we organize them into clear categories. This makes it easier to analyze and understand the information. The third step is prioritization and negotiation. At this stage, we resolve any conflicts among the requirements and decide which ones are most important to the project. This ensures that we focus on delivering the most critical feature first. Finally, the fourth step is specification. This involves documenting the requirements in a clear and a precise manner so that all stakeholders, including the developers and user, can understand and approve them. This process ensures that we gather comprehensive and actionable user requirements.
Thank you for the explanation, EDWIN. So now that we understand the processes, let's move on to the methods that are used to gather user requirements. There are 5 key methods that we will discuss. So the first method is sampling. In this method, we review existing documentation, forms, and databases. By examining what is already in use, we can identify gaps or improvements needed in the systems. The second method is sampling. In this method, questionnaires are structured tools that allow us to collect feedback from a large number of users efficiently. These are especially useful when we need input from a video-wide audience. The third method is conducting interviews. Interviews can be of 2 types, closed and open. So closed interviews involve asking predetermined questions to gather specific information, whereas open interviews are more flexible and allow us to explore broader issues by engaging stakeholders in discussion. The fourth method is ethnography. This involves users in their actual working environment. By watching how they perform their task, we gain practical insights to their needs and challenges. And finally, the fifth one, we have prototyping. Prototyping involves creating mock-ups or early versions of the systems. Users can interact with these prototypes, providing feedback that helps refine the requirements iter- iteratively. Each of these methods has its strengths, and by combining them, we can ensure that we gather accurate and detailed requirements. So, to conclude whatever we have said here, the user requirements are the foundation of any successful system. They define what the system should achieve for its users and help ensure that the final product meets their needs and expectations. By following a structured process and applying various methods, we can gather requirements that are clear, accurate, and actionable. Thank you for your attention. We hope that you have found this presentation insightful. If you have any questions, we will be happy to answer for them now. If there are none, then I think we can end our presentation. Thank you.